Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. This is episode 5 of Peace and Love TTW TV. Man, episode 5?
Already. Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, so this week we kind of want to get right into it. The topic at hand for discussion is patience. This is definitely something I'm trying to work on for myself, even moving forward. Patience is something that we need in our life because without it, you'll be lost. There's things where sometimes when I was younger, I used to just jump right into it. It was more so just learning. So patience is more so a learning experience for myself. I would like to use that as something that has not always been something that is set in stone. When I think of patience, I think like it could change on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes you might have to jump into something you don't want to jump into. Or sometimes it might be necessary for you to just wait, step back, look at evaluate your options up and figure out what you're trying to, reach in all. And then, just let you all talk about patience and what it means to yourself.
For sure. With success in life, you can't cut corners. You know what I mean? So you have to respect time because you can't speed it up. You can't slow it down. And you can't fast forward. So just live in the now, respect the process, and move forward.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I watch daily sermons or whatnot, and I came across one is Redefine TV. That is like a pastor out in, I want to say Houston, Texas, right? Pastor Flowers. And in the midst of watching one of his sermons, he said a quote that kind of resonated with me. And this is also my definition of patience after listening to it. He says that patience is the ability to survive the not yet, right? And I mean, what else can I say after that? It's like it's literally the ability, the capacity to, just to be good. You'll be fine. Like in the midst of whatever you're going through, just that everything's gonna work out. Because I truly believe that, that what God does in us while we wait is far greater than whatever we're waiting for.
Right.
So
for sure.
That's definitely
for real.
My definition.
Okay.
My favorite quote about patience is bitter, the fruit is sweet. So like it sucks right now to be patient. It's not easy. No, we're talking about it now. Like sometimes I'm like, bro, like can't wait on that. But at the same time, what can you do? But respect the process. And when you get to that point of what you were trying to achieve, it's like, wow, like I respect everything that I had to go through to get here. Right. Everything that I had to endure. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah. And it took me a while to realize that suffering actually comes with patience. Stuff happens where you can't control or, create anything off of that when it happens. But sometimes you just step back and really learn what's going on around you. You could excel.
For sure.
And that's where that patience comes in.
It's a part of the process at the end of the day. Right. For sure. And I like that. But before we get too into it, first things first, it is still the month of March, right? And so we have to, we can't continue, we can't keep going without shouting out Women's Month at the end of the day. Sure. It's March, so happy Women's Month to all the beautiful women in the world, for sure. Because women, I'm trying to tell you, are the backbone of just about everything, if not everything. Businesses, families, relationships, like everything. So we definitely want to shout out all the beautiful women in the world. And like I said, we can't continue to go forward with this podcast without shouting out the women. So shout out to me personally, shout out to the aunties, grandmas, great grandmas, and shout out to my superwoman, man. I love and miss you, and can't wait to see you again. Y'all want to shout out to everybody?
Same.
Mama, my sisters, my twin, my older sisters, Harley D, my cousins, everybody.
All the women. Yeah.
She's a little lady, but she ain't,
She don't get that. For sure. But as we continue to shout out, definitely want to shout out Melina. She made this beautiful painting behind us. We greatly appreciate that, for sure.
Beautiful pink.
You can go ahead and follow her. I'll drop her Instagram right below, Melina Creations _. So yeah, that's definitely beautiful, for sure. And of course, drum roll please. We have a special guest with us today, ladies and gentlemen. She is also the first woman guest for Peace and Love TTW podcast.
Okay.
Not only a woman, but a Black woman not only a Black woman, but a Black woman educator in this world.
Right.
Okay.
Give it up for Ms. Nia Coleman.
Yes, ma'am.
What's up, Nia? How you doing? You doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing so well, and I'm so glad that you all invited me, and I can't wait to, get into the discussion. What you all do is so amazing, and so I'm just grateful for the work that you do.
I really appreciate that. For sure.
Definitely.
But yeah, just to give the people a little background of, how I met Nia and then how, we kind of had this happen. So Nia actually came to Western one week. I guess you were there for like a couple of days. It was like a program, like a teacher's program or educator's program or whatnot. And her and the educators that she came with came into the CAF, right? And Jay Will, was on the football team. His outgoing self. Yeah. So he walked up to him and, they were kind of they like literally just walked in for real. And they were just kind of figuring out everything.
Wasting no time.
And then, no, for real. Wasting no time. So yeah, he peeped him out. He went to go talk to him. We invited him to come sit down and we were chopping it up. And then I want to say they were there for like a day or two or whatnot. Right. So we invited him back to, our crib just to chop it up some more. And then we ended up going to Tux. And then really we been in contact ever since for real. Right. This was like, what, 16, 17? So yeah, we definitely been rocking for a minute. But I definitely appreciate Nia for sure for just keeping the strong friendship that we got going on for sure. So definitely appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's definitely a blessing and to have the relationships and yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's tough.
And with our mission with Peace and Love, I'm not sure if you know, but like what we promote primarily is peace within self, peace within, your situation, and love for who you are. You can't change that. And with all of that comes an understanding of who you are and the situation that you're dealing with. Not only understanding that, but being patient. So, like your patience is very important to our organization. So what is patience to you?
So when you all were talking about it, I agree 100%. And I forgot which of you said it, but the point on suffering being included in patience, I think that is that's the main thing. So even when, patience it's easy to be patient when okay, well, I'm going to get $1 million in 3 months. Right. But it becomes a lot harder when somebody tells you, okay, one day you're going to have $1 million. Just right. One day. And you don't know if that means 80 years or 8 days. Right. So I think the patience is being able to wait without having or knowing what the end goal is or when it's coming. You can know what it is, but being able to wait without knowing when it's going to happen and waiting with the same attitude the whole time, keeping that same
spirit. Yeah, the consistency and the persistence. No, I like that. I like that for sure. Definitely. And then also, for yourself, you being an educator, I know that definitely takes patience with the kids, especially being virtually too. I know it's crazy. You kind of talk about that, how you either just have to learn that or how that's going for you right now.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of patience. I consider myself to be a nice person, so it works out. But I think especially with patience with children, I have to remember my why. I went to schools that were not the best, teachers that gave up on, luckily I pushed through, but gave up on all of us. So I think that in the back of my head is always there when they do something. I'm like, oh my gosh, but I have to do this because I need you to be great. So yeah, I think having the why in my head helps me stay.
That's one of our other topics from discussion. I like that. Sure. Somebody been paying attention to the episode. Okay.
No, but yeah, children are the future at the end of the day. So you have to be patient, honestly. And then being an educator, like I said, it's just a virtual wave now. Because I know, during the school, you were. I know you back in the classroom now, but I know, the first half of you just getting used to the virtual thing. I know it took a little minute, different, but
that's tough. We put so much to go back and forth as far as the classroom or being virtual. Then, it's crazy.
No, for sure. I love it though. No, so another reason why, I wanted to invite Nia on the podcast as well was I saw, you doing your Be Encouraged on your IGTV as well. And can you go ahead and kind of speak about that a little bit before I get into it?
Yes. So Be Encouraged is my show where I like to encourage people. The purpose is to inspire others and just to spread positivity. So we talk about, well, sometimes I bring people on there, talk about different things. But the first one that I started with was peace, and teaching that peace is not conditional and peace should be a lifestyle. So if you're interested in hearing any of those positive words, you can follow. Sorry if I cut out. The first 2 weeks of the month. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we good.
No, that's awesome. So, I mean, also, so when I did see, because you also did a video on patience in the process, what really, okay, before I say that, when you did it, like, I invited you on the podcast immediately. Like, I sent it to them after the fact. I was like, man, like, when I sent it to them, they were like, you already like invited her, like before, like, because when I sent it to him, I was like, she has to be on the podcast, and then Fu replied like, it looks like you already invited her. So I was like, oh man, she's on it. So like, what either caused you to either talk about that, or like, how did that really come about, that subject?
So in January, I got off social media for the whole month. When the year started, so I just wanted to like spend time with God and get clarification about what I should talk about. Yeah. So, and I was struggling, like stuff was just stressing me out, and I'm not a stressful person. So I was like, I got to figure out what's going on with my peace, why I'm not having it. So that was the first video. And then when I did the second part, I wondered like, okay, now I'm understanding peace, what stops us from having this peace every day. And then that's when I realized that we don't value the process of what we're going through. Like we think about, this is where I'm trying to get. I just want to get there. But like you said, Bryce, the middle is so much more important than where you're going. Because like if you skip, you can't. It's impossible to maximize the top. So yeah, that's where I came from.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that was definitely like you said in our mission statement, like peace with who you are, and peace with love who you are, and peace with your current situation. So yeah, patience is definitely a part of that.
Respect for what you can't change.
Yeah,
you are who you are.
Mm-hmm. Everything is tailored to your destination.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, I like that. No, so on our previous podcast, we were also talking about being the change. That's like we're doing a Be the Change campaign right now. What do you personally believe that needs to be changed in this world? And then also, how do you think you can personally change that or help change that?
Hold on, before you answer that question, I want you to answer the question from an educational standpoint before you go to the major point of the world. Okay. So what would you like to see changed in the school system?
Okay, easy. And it's on an education point, but I'm not, okay, I have to. All right, I'll make it quick. The first part with the school system, it's definitely the resources in Black and brown schools, communities. Like we are never, unfortunately, going to be able to compete with the private schools or the schools with majority white students until we have the same things. If they're in class and they're going on field trips to, different museums, and you're giving another student a book that's old, they don't already know how to read or want to read. That's not going to get to them. And then you're confused why when they do their testing, they don't know what a archaeologist is or something like that. Okay, because they didn't pay attention. All right, let's be real. They didn't. It's boring. It's not fair to give somebody this wonderful education experience and then give someone else a boring one that is not meaningful to them and expect them to remember the same information. So one, resources, but two, I think our Black parents and families, we got to start expecting more of our children. Right. Some people, like since I'm a teacher, I teach kindergarten, I have students who read Harry Potter and they're 5 and 6. And I have other students who do not know their letters. And the difference is what they do at home. And I get that we're busy. Parents are definitely busy, work and all that type of stuff. Siblings are busy, but we gotta expect more of our kids. We gotta teach them to count to 100 before they get to kindergarten. We gotta teach them letters before they get to kindergarten because they want to get left behind.
For sure.
and it'll be hard to catch up.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that. So,
For sure. Y'all have any more questions? Because she been dropping them gems all day.
All day.
No, for real.
Back to back too. Man, that's tough.
So I guess what advice would you give someone that's, looking up to you? Because, like we say, like we never know who's being inspired by us.
Right.
We think that we just going to work and, doing what we're supposed to do, but somebody's like paying attention to you and your journey at the end of the day. So what advice would you give to that person that wants to either be in your shoes one day or, even be better than you are?
Well, first, like you said, I would tell them to be better than me. Please be better than me. But also, I would definitely say do not dim your light for others or because you are afraid of how great you can be. And my favorite scripture is Matthew 5:14. You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. And when I was younger, I tried to hide my light, or I would have ideas and I wouldn't do it because I don't want people to judge me or think that, oh, she does too much. But like, who cares? The world needs you. They need to see you shine. You can change the lives of people. So like, do not dim your light. Die empty. Do everything that you can. As long as you ask God if it's okay to do it, do it.
For sure.
Yeah, I love that. Mm-hmm.
Most importantly, I like that. Man,
that was cool.
Hey.
Dim your light. For real.
For nobody
Bring
else.
them ideas, whatever it is that you have, bring it to the world. Whatever your idea is, with no shame. And if you have to bring the idea to the world with your friends, do that. Peace and love to you. That's why I'm here.
Yes,
hey,
sir. Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, like, people do things together. Like, get some people that you trust, whether it's friends, family, wherever that idea is, whoever you're comfortable with, bring it to life.
Definitely.
Or at least try to.
Yeah.
So,
Your favorite quote from episode 1? We achieve what together?
team together, everyone achieves more. For real.
Yeah,
For real.
Back to
Like you
episode
said,
1.
man, nobody make it together. Nobody, everyone needs help.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's awesome.
We
Can
appreciate
I hear what you guys would say to somebody that's looking up to you?
Ooh, I like how you flip the script.
Yeah, I like that. I guess I'll start. Honestly, be yourself at the end of the day. Like I said in a couple episodes ago, 99% of everybody's purpose is to serve others, no matter what it is. That last 1% that I don't know for everybody is what makes you different. Whether you're an educator, whatever. It makes you different at the end of the day. So be you. Keep God first. Period. And just enjoy the process, enjoy life, because everybody has an expiration date, and we don't know when that will be. So enjoy the right now. That's kind of my mantra. Enjoy the right now. So that's what I would say.
I would try to tell the younger me or somebody looking up to me, just have a strong mindset, because a lot of stuff is going to happen that you can't help from happening, and not everything that you want to happen is going to happen. But with that strong mindset, I mean, you could just brush it off. And sometimes it may look real bad on the outside, but on the inside, as long as you're strong, you can fight through it. I'm telling you, you can make it through.
Sure. What I tell someone looking up to me, it's not always good as it looks, and it's always not as bad as it seems.
Sure.
Hold on.
There's a
Run that back.
It's not always good as it looks, and it's not always bad as it seems. You know what I mean? Like, life comes with highs and lows. Don't let the valleys get too low. Don't let the mountains get too high. Don't let the valleys get too low.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, life comes with adversity, things that you don't expect, and you got to endure things sometimes by yourself. Yeah. You don't have to do it by yourself, but in ways you choose to do it by yourself. You know what I mean? But, just push through whatever it is that you go through. And push forward. There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Always. No matter how dark it gets.
For sure.
Okay.
It's always light at the end.
Come out on the other side every time. Better. Every time.
Stronger too.
I'm
Like,
telling you.
a lot of people want to get defeated with, whatever they may be going through at that point in time. Like I said, like if you were to think about the things that you went through in your past, like that you were moping or being sad about or depressed or
that's why we started this organization, bro. Like the things that we concern ourselves with is small in comparison to what other people deal with, or even small what we dealt with in previously, or what's coming in the future. You know what I mean? Like that's what this is.
Yeah. That's why we're a family, we're a community. We want to invite anybody and everybody to what we all have going on, not just us.
Exactly.
Whatever you may be going through, person on the other side of the camera or on the podcast, like, hey, you can reach out to us at the end of the day. If you need somebody just to vent to, to get anything off your chest, you can reach out to us. Like, we have our social media everywhere, so.
All right. And we ain't perfect. I might vent back.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, bro, me too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you have any other questions, man? Because that was
a good one.
I like that.
No, but I heard what y'all said y'all wanted to change because I watched the Be the Changer. I would ask that question as well. But if y'all didn't hear it, you should go back to hear what they said. They always drop gems.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Well, again, we thank you so much for joining us on this podcast this evening. Can you go ahead and let the people know about your social media accounts and how they can follow you and stay in contact and things of that nature?
Yes, you can follow Instagram. I love Nia. Sorry, did I freeze? No, okay, I didn't. I love Nia _ yes, and if you want to see Be Encouraged videos, I post on the first 2 weeks of every month. So next Friday.
Yeah.
Next Friday, yeah. If you are interested, stop by.
For sure.
Good.
For sure. But no, we thank you again. And
another great episode 5. You know how we do. We're going to have to pull up to Tennessee soon, so be on the lookout for a community service opportunity out there. With Nia, we'd like to partner with you. You know how we do. Peace and love, TTW TV, episode 5.
Peace and love to the world, man.
Thank you.
Peace and love, family, man. We appreciate you for watching our most previous video. Please continue to like, comment any and all feedback because it is much appreciated. Sure. Subscribe. And go ahead and share this link with somebody. You can follow me personally at BWIL, BWIL_18.
And you can follow us at Peace and Love TTW on all social media platforms, as well as you can follow our website at www.peaceandlovettw.com. And you can follow myself on Instagram at itsfu_the realtor to assist you with all of your selling, buying, and investing needs.
Once again, thank you all for all the feedback. All of that is appreciated. Peace and love, TTW, man. Follow me at JFin on deck. That's 2Ns08. And thank you all.